Before we begin, I just want to acknowledge that I'm currently seated on the lands of the Upper Skagit Nations in Washington, near the Cascade Mountains, the tribes of the Sauk, Seattle Nations primarily. And I know that many of you are on the lands of, excuse me, other nations. So if you'd like, feel free to write those nations' names in the chats. And always let's remember our relationship with our Indigenous neighbors and their connection to the lands. And let's continue to pray and work for the day in which we might be in right relationship together. So welcome. Welcome to the Living Interfaith Sanctuary. Know that the whole of you is welcome. You're not asked to leave who you are in your home. Please bring who you are into this community today. But what you're asked to remember is that all others here today have brought who they are as well in with them, and all of goodwill are welcome. And now I'd like to invite Bruce and Cheryl for our opening song this morning.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of living, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come, 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 whoever you are, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, come yet again, come, come, whoever you are, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, come yet again, come.
Wonderful. Yes, come yet again, come. It's good to be together. Now time for some announcements. Well, a short list today, but we'll begin with what I have and maybe others have others as well. I just want to remind everyone that at the second and fourth Saturdays of the month, Rachel and I have been leading the Circle of Sanctuary. It's a time of contemplation, discussion, and community building. And I know that many of you have popped in and joined us at various circles of sanctuary over the last few months, and we're grateful for your support. They will continue on into the new year. Rachel and I are really enjoying leading them and getting to know more of our community members also through those times together. So they are through the same Zoom link on our Living Interfaith Sanctuary website as our Zoom link for our services. And the next one will be next Saturday, January 10th at 10 a.m. I'll be leading that one, and I hope you'll join us for that. That's it, actually. Anyone else have any announcements this morning from your communities or anything you want to share about interfaith happenings around you? I'd like to invite you at this time. Okay, well, there being none, I'm going to open our morning this morning with a prayer. If you want to join me opening our hearts, this is a prayer by the Venerable Master, Sing Yun. O compassionate Buddha, a new year has finally come to the world again. The toll of bells, the sound of fireworks, a new calendar on the wall, everything suggests that all things change from old to new when a new year begins. O great compassionate Buddha, at the beginning of the new year, I will look upon everything in the past as a yesterday that has passed away, and everything in the future as a today that is newly born. I would like to express my wishes at the beginning of this new year, a wish for harmony in the family and happiness at home, contentment in life and good acts to help the world, stability in emotions and dignity in character, the elimination of bad habits and advances in moral cultivation, determination in actions and compassion in relationships, contentment in career and health in body and mind, improvement in cultivation and increase in wisdom, abundance in Buddhism and liberation for all beings, steadfastness in society and happiness in people, peace on earth and universal rejoicing. O great compassionate Buddha, a new year brings new hope. Allow me to start everything new. O great compassionate Buddha, a new year brings new hope. Allow me to start everything anew. And this morning for a candle lighting prayer, begin with lighting a candle here. In this morning's prayer, I am a link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends my happiness and misery. May every link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. May it be so. And now, please feel free to unmute and greet one another with a sign of peace. Peace be with you, my friends. So lovely to be with you this morning.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you. Aloha.
Peace with you.
Peace, everybody.
Peace be with you. Aloha.
Peace be with you. Salam alaikum.
Peace be with
Peace,
you.
everyone.
Peace be with you.
Peace, my friends. Thank you. And now we'll turn it over to Bruce and Cheryl for another song. Thank you.
Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Now, friends, if you'll join me this morning in sharing in our joint affirmation as we speak together this morning, the words that join us and combine us as a community. We come together in peace. We sing together in joy and with love. We worship together in one house, a house with names beyond number. Our paths are many, our beliefs are as leaves, and the tree that we cleave to is nourished by the light of compassion, justice, and mutual respect. May our lives, our beliefs, and our actions help to bring about the world of love we all seek, and let it begin here. Now, we just take a few moments for a pause and a prayer in each of our own homes. I'm just going to guide us in just a calming of the body and of the mind for a couple moments, and then just invite us each to pray in our own homes in our own ways. So if you just want to settle your body, whichever way you're sitting in this place of the room, feeling your bum on their chair, your feet on the floor, whatever surface your hands and your arms are in contact with. Just allow your gaze to lower, or you can close your eyes if that feels good. And just taking a couple of deep, nourishing breaths here together. A deep inhale in, slow and steady, holding it when we get to the top, and releasing even slower than the inhale. Again, another deep breath in, slow and steady, filling up our body with the presence of this moment, holding it when you get to the top, and easing, steady breathing out, allowing yourself to sink a little deeper into this moment. Let's do one more breath together. Let's allow this breath as you're drawing it in to fill up your chest and making room in your body with the day, the breath of the moment. Pausing at the top and releasing when you're ready. Slow and steady. Just allowing any tension additionally to release out of your jaw, your shoulders, across the back of your neck. Anything you might be hoarding in your body right now, just giving it up right now to this present space, this time together, this very moment of day. Allowing your mind to rest, drawing back into you anything that may be distracting, any tendrils that are reaching out, just asking them to return to you for now. As we hold ourselves together in community and in presence, and opening our hearts right now, our minds, to any causes, any strains, any worries, any concerns that you may have in the world right now. Things that may be calling for your attention, maybe calling for prayers. Just going to take a couple minutes here for each of us to pray in our own way, in our own home, to turn our hearts in prayer to that which is calling to you. May it be so. Thank you, my friends. Take your time to come out of prayer, out of meditation here. And we're going to turn our time now back to Bruce and Cheryl when they're ready for our next song. Thank you. What a beautiful chant. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Bruce. Okay, well, now is the time we would traditionally pass a basket and invite folks to contribute to our small and mighty little organization here. Our donations go to very few things, our managing director, our musicians, our interfaith ministers, and a few little admin pieces off the other end. But we want to graciously thank you for you who contribute already. We're really thankful for the money that comes in to help support our organization. And for anyone who would like to contribute this morning, I'm just going to put the link here in the chat. And I will turn it over to Bruce and Cheryl for a beautiful song.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
Thank you. And now it's my honor and my joy to welcome Dr. Vimalasara Mason-Joy here to our gathering today. They have been hailed by Dr. Ken Hardy as one of the premier social, cultural, and psychological healers of our time. An award-winning author of 11 books, including Detox Your Heart, Meditations for Emotional Trauma, and 8-Step Recovery Using the Buddhist Teachings to Overcome Addiction. They are co-founder of the secular 8-week course Mindfulness-Based Addiction Recovery, MBAR, and one of the new leading African descent voices in the field of mindfulness approaches for addiction. We're very, very welcome. Glad to have you here today, Vimalasara, and I turn it over to you for the next while here to welcome us and share with us about Buddhism and the Mahayana New Year. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So I think in the spirit of Buddhism, I would say happy new moment, because every moment is a new year. And it was quite interesting to be asked about the Mahayana New Year, because I suppose that, Buddhism is in many countries. So, if we go to China or Japan or whatever, there's Chinese New Year, but actually having a particular date for the Mahayana New Year, I suppose it would be Wesak, May time, the birth of the Buddha, the enlightenment of the Buddha. But I just really want to talk about the Mahayana tradition. And then I thought, actually, just listening today, and I still haven't, I feel very proud of myself, I still haven't looked at the news. So, but I know that, I'm aware of some of the stuff that's been happening in Venezuela, and I will tell a story from the Mahayana text. But I just really wanted to say that we have the Hinayana, which is the first vehicle of the movement, and then we have the Mahayana, which is the newer vehicle. And the Mahayana, really, its ultimate goal is liberation for all. And the vow, or the vow is the Bodhisattva vow, the vow of compassion and wisdom. And it's a bodhisattva is somebody who doesn't take full enlightenment until all beings have been freed from suffering. And I'm going to tell the story of Avalokiteshvara. I mentioned Kuan Yin. So Avalokiteshvara is in male form. As if you go to China, Avalokiteshvara is in female form, Kuan Yin, and then you might hear Shen Rigs. There are different names. In fact, in some communities, people call this bodhisattva the trans bodhisattva because the gender changes. But it's said that Avalokiteshvara went to the land of Tibet. And when they went to the land of Tibet, they were so overwhelmed by the suffering of the people in Tibet. They were just so overwhelmed. What could they do about this plight? And so they made a vow to their teacher, Amitabha, the red Buddha, the Buddha of meditation. And they made the vow to Amitabha that they would not move from this spot, from the meditation spot, until all the people of Tibet had been freed of suffering. And so they made this vow and they went into deep samadhi, into deep meditation. And after a couple of weeks or so, the Avalokiteshvara began to get anxious, a bit distracted. Ego kicked in. Ego kicked in. And when this ego kicked in, Avalokiteshvara opens their eyes and looks across the land of Tibet and is shocked because not even a fraction of their practice had any effect or impact on the people of Tibet. And in that moment, he wavered, he forgot the vow, and exploded into a million pieces. And in that moment, called out for Amitabha. And Amitabha took pity on Avalokiteshvara. It said, if you make a vow, you don't break the vow. But rather than, giving Avalokiteshvara a hard time, Amitabha puts Avalokiteshvara back together again with 1,000 arms and 11 heads, so that Avalokiteshvara could be all-seeing. And in the 1,000 arms, in each hand, there was an implement to help with the suffering. And so with this new body, Avalokiteshvara goes back into samadhi, but just before they tip into samadhi, Avalokiteshvara has this awareness. How could they think that alone that they would be able to deal with the suffering of the people in Tibet? How could they have had such a thought? And in that moment, a tear falls from Avalokiteshvara's eye, and a lake is formed, and green Tara is born. And it's said with green Tara and Avalokiteshvara with the 1,000 arms and, with the 11 heads, went about in the world of really helping the people, not just the people of Tibet, but trying to relieve all beings of suffering. And one of the mantras is Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu, Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu, Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu, Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu. May all beings be happy, may all beings be well, may all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be happy, may all beings be well, may all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be happy, may all beings be well, may all beings be free from suffering. Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu, Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu, Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu, Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu. Ah, 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 Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu. Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. May all beings be free from the roots and the causes of suffering. There is a famous teaching which connects all the Buddhist traditions, the Heart Sutra, and the opening of the Heart Sutra is said that the Bodhisattva of compassion, when they meditated deeply, saw the emptiness of all five skandhas and sundered the bonds that cause them suffering. And the emptiness of the five skandhas is the emptiness of this body. And it's not to say that this body is empty, because this body is full, but the emptiness of the labeling of this body, the emptiness of the labeling. It's said that when the prince woke up and became a Buddha, which Buddha means awake, became awake, it's said that the prince said something like this, that these labels that identify me as a human, as a man, as a god, as a deva, have been destroyed by me. So this is what we mean by the emptiness of the body, which is one of the skandhas, or sometimes they're called heaps or aggregates. And then it talks about the emptiness of feelings. So of course we have feelings. Feelings are really full, but do we make meaning out of these feelings? It's that, in a way, that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And in a way, it's like, of course, we can have this feeling of sadness, which arises in the body, hedonic tone. However, it's like when we say it shouldn't be happening, we go into the suffering because it is happening. And if we can stay with it is happening, what can we do? But when we go into it shouldn't be happening, we've moved into the suffering because it is actually happening. And so how can we begin to see the emptiness of thoughts, the emptiness of perceptions, because it's often said that we are meaning-making machines and that we are always making meaning out of everything. But what would life be if we never had a perception, if we never had an interpretation? And this is what we mean by the emptiness of the skandhas. It's not that nothing exists, it's not nihilistic. And then the emptiness of consciousness, the way of seeing. It's like we see a tree and we begin to fill it with, oh, look how beautiful it is. Oh, it's this, and we give it a name. But where did these names come from? It's all of realizing that often we live in this big story. And so what I wanted to do is, as I said, the Heart Sutra is a very beautiful teaching, and I'm going to read you two versions, which was created by AI. Okay, and the first version is in the words of Martin Luther King. Okay. And I think it very much speaks to today and what's happening in this moment. Beloved community, fellow pilgrims on the path towards justice, today I am compelled to speak of a vision. Not a vision of worldly power, but of the most profound wisdom. The wisdom that has gone beyond all fear, all separation, all illusion. It is a dream of ultimate liberation. I have a dream today of a truth so deep it shatters every chain. It's the truth known to the awakened heart, the Bodhisattva, who clothed in compassion moves through this world of sorrow, yet dwells in the wisdom of boundless. And in this wisdom, I have a dream that one day, on the red hills of reality, the children of former slaves and the children of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of emptiness and see that form itself is emptiness and emptiness is form. This body that marches, these hands that build the brutal walls of segregation and the glorious arch of freedom, they are not the final reality. They are waves upon a vast and shoreless ocean of divine possibility. And so it is with our feelings, our perceptions, our thoughts, and our very consciousness. They are the content of the dream, but they are not the dreamer. I have a dream that all children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the colour of their skin, but by the content of their character, and that they will know this truth, that in the beloved community of ultimate reality, there is no eye that creates separation, no ear that hears a slur, there is no nose to smell hatred, no tongue to taste bitterness, there is no body to be violated, and no mind that can be permanently imprisoned. Yes, I have a dream that will confront the mountain of suffering and proclaim, there is no ignorance to eternally bind us. There is no end to ignorance to lull us into pride. There is no aging and death that can touch the eternal spirit within, and no end to aging and death to cling to. I have a dream that we will see there is no suffering that defines us, no cause of suffering that can be transformed, no path we must walk alone, and no trophy of wisdom to win. For in the bright day of awakening, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that there is nothing to be attained. It is because the servant of humanity rests in this wisdom, this dream of no attainment, that the heart is finally free. With the barriers of fear and separation gone, we can face the dogs and the fire hoses with unshakable courage. We can dwell in the world, yet be not of it. All the saints and sages from every time and tradition have anchored themselves in the same profound dream, and in doing so, they have realized the highest truth, the unshakable perfect enlightenment. So let us proclaim the truth, this mantra for the marcher, the hymn of the hope-filled. Let it ring from Stone Mountain to Selma, from the Lincoln Memorial to the streets of Birmingham. Gone, gone beyond, gone altogether, beyond. What an awakening. So it is. Amen. And let freedom ring. For this, my siblings, is the very heart of the dream. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this wisdom, we will be free at last. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhi swaha. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhi swaha. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhi swaha. In Buddhism, we talk about the three poisons of greed, hatred, and delusion, which separates us. And Martin Luther King called the three poisons militarism, poverty, and racism. And we can see them being acted out in the world. So I end there. I was going to do the other version, but I'm just aware of time. But just, yeah, I'll end there. So thank you for inviting me, and just remembering that the Mahayana tradition is the Bodhisattva vow of not taking full enlightenment until all beings are freed from the roots and the causes of suffering. Amaho.
Well, my sincerest gratitude from myself and from the community, Vimalasara. It's been, thank you for sharing so beautifully. What a combination of putting Dr. King's words together with Heart Sutra. What a powerful expression there. Thank you. We're going to take a moment to have a final song. I'll have a closing prayer, and then we will end the service. And if folks want to stay after for a little while to chat with Dr. Vimalasara, then we'll do so. Let's just take this moment right now to turn it over to Bruce and Cheryl for our final song today.
Jedi Jedi bolo Siam, Jedi Buddhi Jedi Jedi bolo Siam, Jedi Buddhi Jedi Jedi bolo Shan, 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 Jedi Buddhi
Thank you. Thank you, Bruce and Cheryl. Thank you, Dr. Vimalasara. Thank you all for being here, turning our hearts in final prayer together. May these words sink into us. May we take them forward as we reflect on what the new year means. The Bodhisattva vows of remaining faithful and committed to the liberation of all from the suffering, from the roots of suffering. May our minds and our hearts inquire deeply into what that means, and how our hands, with the tools that we have been gifted, contribute towards easing the pain of those around us. May it be so. Thank you, friends. Beautiful to be here with you today.